How do you balance that healthy life?
You are what you eat. Our body is not for digestion but for absorption. There is a phenomena called autophagy where our body will actually clear out all the toxins. Now you are saying every 2 hours you are eating.
Yeah.
So digestion process gets triggered. Coconut water is a meal in itself. So when you are doing all these things, no, your body also tells you what it wants. Okay.
So they say that you have stages for this meditation.
I do yoga. Now there is something called yoga and one is yoga. Yoga means connection. We call it Sahaj. Everything is very simple. Now we call it Hatha Yogi, who are like sitting for hours and doing it. We call it Karam Yogi. Even while talking to you, I am in yoga. You might not know. Laws of the Spirit World, a very eye-opener book. It's about an old couple who lost their, both the son in an accident. They send the messages from the spirit world that how spirit world works and all.
Other thing being that, have you ever came across such stereotypes? Okay, now you're starting.
Yeah, so there are a lot of people who say, my God, you are learning digital marketing at this age. I was 45 then, right? But learning has no limits. Women who are homemakers and all that, it's a very good opportunity for them. There were some kids after 12, MBA, BTech kids were there running their own businesses also. A lot of people who wanted to change their career. So I think digital marketing is for everybody. We are conditioning our minds. Our body is capable of doing a lot more. The term breatharians and all, you cannot say that he is not eating proteins or he's not eating food at all, not even water. So sometimes they will have water. So they are not dependent on that. They are getting everything, absorption body, you're getting everything from the atmosphere. You go to Pondicherry, ashram and all that, you will find there are a lot of people who are following all those things.
Today at the very third episode of StuMoCrazy, we have a very inspiring person here who looks very young, but you'll have to know what her age is. Hello, Deepika.
Thank you. Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for having me over.
How are you?
I'm good.
You look so young, like being in your 40s. Like, how do you manage that? What's your secret?
I'm happy with whatever I do,
But did you ever had a stage where you felt like, you had a blue days, or were you not happy?
See, I'll tell you, people say that, there was a failure. I think, we should change our vocabulary. It was a learning. I never say that I failed or
Okay.
this thing failed for me. I always say I learned out of that. And when you make it very positive, I think you start attracting from the universe all the positive things.
See, how do you keep having that motivation? Like,
There are two things. Always see the good side. Now, which side I would like to, whether the glass is half empty or half full. I'll be happy with the half full. Mostly people will just look for, oh my God, my glass is half empty. I never focus on what I don't have. I focus on what I have and how I can enhance it.
So it was like a self-learning, or did you inspire? You got inspired by
Yeah,
someone?
there are a lot of people, they inspire you. People, starting from your family members to your friends, relatives, and then you will have your own idols and all that. And but I used to love reading a lot. I remember from the 7th grade, the first book, which there was this book called The Third Eye by Lobsang Rampa. And that made a very, very strong impression on me. And that time, my parents were reading this book called Autobiography of a Yogi, a very famous book. Like, my dad and mom used to have conversations and we used to overhear that. And I started getting very interested in that. And slowly, when I was in college, I was very inspired by ISKCON and used to follow a lot of things. I used to read, but I never followed any path. And then I did Buddhism, art of living, Reiki was one of the things, like I did the second level. And then I came to Brahma Kumaris. And that was, I think, I found everything there.
You are from IT background, right?
Yeah.
So like, what made you choose digital marketing?
I was a Java programmer. And then with my kids and my husband's traveling and all that, there was a break. Then my husband is very fond of farming and all that. So we had bought a farmhouse near Hyderabad, eventually converted to a dairy. So I got into a different segment altogether. And because he was working, from there we switched to organic organic farming and all, started growing for our, community, organic food and all that. And during lockdown, yes, we started off with, this small venture, Green Corner, which was an initiative to help gardeners across, because these days we have balconies only. So how to grow, because that was the time everybody was confined during Corona time in their houses, and this was one very nice pastime and very fruitful one. So we started, giving out, consultancy kind of course, to our friends and family, that, how they should grow, what can grow, which direction their balcony is, what plant is best for them, indoors what and outdoor what is the, fertigation, the water schedule, everything. So slowly from there, we started procuring plants from here and there, because in Hyderabad, you don't get many varieties. So we were getting for the other friends, and this thing also slowly it got into a venture here. So now was the time to reach out to people, not only in Hyderabad, but pan India. So that was the time that, I was searching on the net, and like Digital Medha was the first one which came. I called a couple of people, but when I spoke to, Shekhar sir, I think he was very realistic.
Yeah.
He never wanted to convert an inquiry. He was genuinely trying to understand why I want to learn, and how, digital marketing would help. He could have offered any other course or anything else, right? But he understood what I want. Other places I was calling, so they were just trying to, conversion. They were more in based out of key how to convert this inquiry into a student. So, when they are trying to sell, upsell or whatever. And so that was the time that I said, okay, I should invest some time, go and meet this gentleman. So when I came here, of course, I liked the place and all. So then he said, okay, you attend 1-2 classes and see if, you like doing that. And yes, Monica ma'am, amazing teacher. The way she knows the subject, and the way she takes you. So it was amazing journey, those 3 months.
So like, how was the 3-month journey for you?
Yeah, so the journey was very beautiful. I mean, it was like coming back to college again. It was very nice. And of course, I enjoyed, because there are people who are coming from different backgrounds, different age groups. So it's like I think I had somebody as elderly as 63 or 64 years old also. There were some kids just, after 12th. It was a vacation time for them before they joined college. So after 12th also there were students. There were students from after the MBA they were doing. Some BTech kids were there. Then there are people who were running their own businesses also. They also came. And a lot of people who wanted to change their career. So I think digital marketing is for everybody.
Yes.
And anywhere you can start. And see, anywhere if I start, I have to start from the small and reach big. No, here it is not that. If you have got something in you, and right from the first day, you can make an impression.
Yes.
And so time is actually not the hurdle for you. It clicks you there and then. From the next moment, you start and you scale up and up and up.
Like, you had students who are elder to you and younger to you. So you ever felt that generational gap?
Absolutely not.
No?
Because when we are students, we are learning this, we are all learning from each other. So in fact, it was a very good thing, because how, if I'm marketing a product for a small kid, what attracts them? It gives you a window, right? Where I understand what an elderly person thinks. So if I'm doing something which is targeting the elderly, so how I should create my campaign that it, attracts them. For a middle age, what challenges they are facing. So as per that, how I put my things forward. So I think having that, multi-age, you understand them better. So it was really good. It was amazing actually having that.
Like, you travel from so far. How do you manage that time?
See, it was easier because I think the way Digital Medha is placed, which is very close to, metro. I stay in Gachibowli, that side, no? So from Gachibowli, I used to take from Raidurg. Okay, the train I used to catch, and in 20 minutes by the clock, I used to reach here in Amirpet, get down, and there the institute is. So I don't have to go here and there. So it's like very well placed, also, I should say.
It's like many people stop now because of the distance. So do you think it should be a problem?
See, no, because you can do it online. I had friends doing it from Japan and all that, and I think I mean, like, online also was equally, like, what you call informative, and she learned what I learned. It's not that she was anywhere behind me. And another thing I should say, that it is more on the platform. So you start there, no? On top of it, like, they do have these, like, some guides or mentors which are assigned to you if you're an online student, and they guide you with, if you're doing some assignments and you're stuck somewhere, some challenges. So that all help is provided. So that was one reason that a lot of my friends whom I had recommended, they came, they also liked, and they also got benefited. They also, like, told their friends and all. So that's how it grows. So here you have demos and all also, which I like, because I think everybody gives demos, but that's the time when it makes an impression on you, that how well your teacher is, who's imparting you a lecture. If they are sound, they also have a professional background. See, there are two things. One thing is something that I've experienced, I have worked in the real world, and I'm teaching you. And one thing is wherein I have learned and then I'm teaching you. There would be a difference, right?
Yes.
So that difference you can clearly demarcate.
Experience speaks a lot for itself.
Yes, absolutely.
Other thing being that, have you ever came across such stereotypes? Okay, now you're starting.
Yeah.
So will it be
So there are a lot of people who say, my God, you are learning digital marketing at this age. I was 45 then, right? And this time, the people actually are preparing for the retirement. In next 10 years, they would retire in like next 10 to 15 years. But learning has no limits, and you can learn anything at any time. And like I told you, there was this gentleman, 63 or 64 years old. Yes. Now he retired, right? But he said, he's sitting at home, what will I do? And at this point, I might have to go to my kids and this and that. If I join any place, I cannot take leaves now and then. So this was giving them the freedom of working from anywhere.
Yes.
And with the timings they wanted to. So all that, even for, women who are homemakers and all that, it's a very good opportunity for them, because sitting at home when the kids are gone to school, you have the time, instead of, having those kitty parties, gossiping and all, you can be more productive, do something and earn handsomely also. Not for me. You come, take a demo class of 1 or 2, understand. If you think that, yes, it works, if you think that, yes, it has future, you meet the students, there are so many testimonials, then you take a call, you can do. We are containing our minds. A small story, a very quick one. There was the small boy, he was maybe 5 years old. वो अपने चाचा जी के साथ गांव में अपने जंगल में चला गया. And then it became very dark and they lost the way back home. It was very dark and all. And जंगल में there are traps. वो elephants पकड़ने के लिए, the very deep ones. गलती से slip होके जो चाचा जी है वो trap में गिर गया. Now there are snakes, there are animals. रात हो रही है तो चाचा जी को तो लगा कि अब तो गए, और ये बच्चा बाहर था, तो फिर उसने बहुत ट्राई किया, उसकी धोती निकाली, वो सब निकाल के कि ठीक है इसको पकड़ो, ये करो, वो करो, एंड देन ही सॉ अ स्नेक. वो स्नेक देख के चाचा जी डर के वो बेहोश हो गया है, नॉट रिस्पॉन्डिंग. दिस बॉय उसको सब सिखा रहा था कि ये धोती अपनी उतारी, अपना जो गले का कपड़ा था वो उतारा, ये बांधा, मतलब रस्सी जैसा उसको बना के वो पास के पेड़ पे उसको बोला बांधो और इसको फेंको, आई विल रीच आउट टू दैट. फिर उसने, वो स्लिप होके गिर रहा था, अपने कमर पे उसको बांधा और ऊपर चढ़ने की कोशिश कर रहा था, बट सांप को देखा, उसको लगा सांप ने उसको काट लिया एंड वो बेहोश हो गया. एंड अभी क्या हुआ, फिर जब उसको होश आया तो उसने देखा वो गाँव में है. सो फिर ही वॉज वेरी शॉक्ड. ही सेड क्या हुआ, तो सबने बोला अरे वो जो छोटा सा बच्चा है वो तुमको खींचता हुआ ला रहा था, ड्रैग करके. एंड उसके बाद उस बच्चे के पास गए और उसको पूछा, बेटा लाइक तुम्हारे में तुमने कैसे ये किया, इतनी हिम्मत कैसे, तुम तो इतने छोटे हो और तुम्हारे चाचा जी इतने बड़े और वो बेहोश हो गए, कितने हैवी हो गए और वो खींच के तो निकल ही नहीं सकते, तुमने कैसे निकाला. ही सेड अच्छा मुझे तो ये पता ही नहीं था. वी आर कंडीशनिंग आवर माइंड्स. You know, our body is capable of doing a lot more.
Mine
You
has
know?
become limited.
Yes, so limitless is what we have to tap, not limited. And we live our journey with the limited.
Now, with so much of work and stress, how do you balance that healthy life?
You are what you eat. When we eat healthy, when we eat light, you know, I mean, for example, if I am eating frozens, of course, frozen is there for taste, okay, because something is not available in your part, you know, of the country, you're getting it and you're eating it for taste. They are just for the taste bud. Just imagine the size of tongue, just a few inches. Just for that taste, we are, you know, getting food from across the globe. You know, our body is actually, you know, for not for digestion, but for absorption. The energies that we are getting, no, in our body, what we are doing, morning we get up and they say, okay, you should eat, drink this and eat cereals and have this and heavy breakfast and then lunch like this and dinner like this and
That
all
energy?
of that. And 3 to 5 times a meal also. Many people say small meals divided into 5. So lots of, I have also done.
Yeah,
You know, lots and lots of diets I have followed. Now, if I eat one meal a day, okay, supposingly I'm eating my lunch. I'm not eating breakfast, or whatever I'm eating in breakfast gets digested in next 3 hours. So I'm eating my breakfast at 8 o'clock. In next 3 hours, 9, 10, 11. By 11, it gets digested. My body is free, sitting idle. When it sits idle, you know, there is a phenomena called autophagy. And a Japanese scientist, I'm forgetting the name, he got a Nobel Prize for that. So it's not something which you and I have made up. It's something which is proven by the science and it has been actually acknowledged. Autophagy is a phenomena where our body will actually clear out all the toxins and, you know, all the other bacteria or whatever are there inside. So it's fighting and killing all the unwanted substances in our body. So that process is nothing but healing, right? So when my body is free will only able to do. When I'm overworked with digestion, now you are saying every 2 hours you're eating. So digestion process gets triggered. Okay. So when we do the detox journey, generally first 2 days, 3 days, they say be on fruits. Why? Because the fruits get digested in 3 hours. Okay, 3 to 4 hours. And then your body is free, right? That phenomena is triggered in your body, you know? So you just do it. Have fruits in your breakfast, eat lunch, in the dinner also, I mean, and close your dinner by 6 o'clock. Earlier days, what used to happen? अंधेरे होने से पहले kitchen में खाना बन जाता था और लोग खा लेते थे. They were much healthier.
My grandparents, they do that.
Yeah. And आजकल what we people are doing? Our lifestyles are become so busy. They say office में जाके कैसे होगा? भैया fruit तो ले जा सकते हो. आप एक guava, banana कुछ तो रख के ले जा सकते हो ना. Lunch आपने खा लिया. उसके बाद evening में आप अपना 4 बजे, 5 बजे, 6 बजे तक you eat some fruit, no? That is food for you. So if you leave food, like, you know, grains, no grain diet, if you want to follow for a week, for first 2-3 days, because your body is wanting, it's like that drug addict ko nahi doge the so that craving is there. If you can overcome that, only that those first 3 days are challenging. Then it will be a cakewalk and you will not crave for sweet and salt also.
But like we have our ancestors and grandparents, they say कि खाना चाहिए इतना घी डाल
दो
के
बार
मक्के की रोटी.
हाँ आप खाओ ना, लेकिन वो खेतों में काम करते थे ना.
Oh yes.
So they were doing laborious work. आपका work easy हो गया है. उस समय चक्की नहीं होती थी, like वो हाथ की चक्की से करते थे. So how much work they were doing, so much of labor intensive work they were doing. And you know, recently one naturopathy doctor, he advised me, I said, I take coconut water every day morning. And he said, my God, you know that it's a meal in itself. If you're taking that, then don't eat anything.
Really?
Seriously. Coconut water is a meal in itself. You know, don't combine it with anything. If you're having that for your breakfast, then you eat only lunch. So when you are doing all these things, no, your body also tells you what it wants. Okay. So you will know it for yourself. Okay, this might not be my thing.
So like this diet thing, everybody should follow it.
Never do any overnight changes. If at all, like it took me so many years to come to one meal a day. It didn't happen overnight.
So diet or you do exercise or something?
I do yoga.
Yoga.
Yes, yoga is another thing. Now there is something called yoga and one is yoga. Yoga is an exercise with breathing and all. Yoga is something like, yoga means connection.
Connection.
In Hindi, it's a Sanskrit word. Yoga means connection. So connection means meditation. So when we say yoga, it means meditation. We are connecting with the Supreme.
So they say, right, you have stages for this meditation. If you go deeper into it, might be problematic or something.
So now here, this is what is the beauty of Brahma Kumaris, that we call it Sahaj. Everything is very simple. You know, this is like automatically things will fall in place, and absolutely you don't have to. Now we call it Hatha Yogi, who are like sitting for hours and doing it. We call it Karam Yogi. Even while talking to you, I'm in yoga. You might not know. The name is Laws of the Spirit World. It's written by a writer called Khurshid Bhavnagri, a very nice book, a very eye-opener book. So it's about this old couple who lost their, both the son in an accident when they were 31, 32 years old. And then those two souls came, and parents learned automatic writing, where they move their pen and they start, so even the pictures of the initial writing and all that, and they send the messages from the spirit world, that how spirit world works and all. But when we do meditation, when we do good karmas, that is what we are carrying back with us, right? That is elevating my energy levels. That is elevating, ensuring that I am in a spirit world, has got, it says 7 realms, and each this thing has 10 stages, something like that. Okay. So I go up and up and up by doing good karmas.
Yeah, but to maintain that body, we have to take all these proteins and all this.
Like I told you that the term breatharians and all. I told you about the gentleman also. Yeah. Now his body, his muscles, the glow, everything. You cannot say that he is not eating proteins, or he's not eating food at all. They feel like they will drink some water. They will drink some, not even water. So sometimes they will have water. So they are not dependent on that. They are getting everything, absorption body, they're getting everything from the atmosphere. Sunlight se energy banti hai. And even in Auroville, you go to Pondicherry, Ashram and all that, you will find there are a lot of people who are following all those things.
Okay, coming back to digital Medha, so any message you would like to give to digital Medha or the people out there seeking for this time?
See, I'll tell one thing. You should come, experience, take a demo, and then decide. Meet all students. No, see, I left about a year back. Why I am here? Because I really want other people also to get benefited, right? And why I am here? Not that I know them personally, right? We just know them because he's been a mentor. She's been a mentor to me, right? So that respect, and I want other people to, get benefited how I got benefit out of it. That is the only thing which drives me here. Otherwise, apna time, energy, sab chhod ke koi kyun aayega kahin pe? Hyderabad mein, from one distance, so it takes almost 1.5 to 2 hours, to come and go. I think this is one thing which even the younger generations should know, that, instead of pinpointing on others, start making your relationships good with others. Start understanding, start feeling yourself in their shoes.
I follow this from here now.
Yes, please. Everybody should.
Yeah. So whenever you are in a situation, first try to find out why this happened. What is the reason behind it? There's always a reason for it. I learned a lot. Firstly, belated happy birthday.
Thank you so much. Thanks a lot.
And I'm pretty sure viewers will also learn a lot from you. And also all the very best and all the success to you.
Thanks a lot. Thank you so much.
I really enjoyed this conversation, Deepika.
Same here. It was nice to be here and, send this message across through that platform.
Yeah. And Digital Medha is always here to help you with anything.
It's there and it's touching so many lives.
Thank you, Deepika.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, guys.